We have to understand that the US government, being the largest economy in the world, and really every government around the world, has a big, big problem. And that is they have this debt. They have basically used the government coffers to buy votes over the years. It's like Ronald Reagan said years ago, to say that the government spends money like a drunken sailor is an insult to drunken sailors. Okay.
How dare you?
Yeah. So knowing that, the government has got themselves into a corner. And the unholy alliance between governments and central banks, of course, our Federal Reserve is a private company. Right. And they're like this, though. It's this pseudo-governmental agency, basically, right? And they have a choice, right, in how to respond to the corner they've backed themselves into. So let's kind of go over that a little bit. I'm going to share my screen and just show a few visuals. And for those listening on audio only, we'll try and just kind of explain these so you can follow along. But it's no secret that since the founding of the Federal Reserve in the early 1900s, the dollar has lost most of its value. A dollar today is worth about 2 or 3 cents compared to what it was 100 years ago, okay? And this is largely because of government spending. They've basically inflated away the value of the currency. And throughout history, there is no example of any fiat currency, and fiat, now people understand the definition of that word. Thanks to Bitcoin, these ideas have spread a bit, regardless of what you think about Bitcoin. And, I'm not like some huge proponent. I think it's okay. I'd love to see it succeed. I'm not sure it will. But a lot of people have become aware of the massive scam that is just impoverishing most of the human race and transferring their wealth to the elites. So that's a good thing, right? That people have become aware of that. And fiat, that word simply means by authority or by decree. So all currencies on earth are basically fiat currencies. In other words, it has value because the government says it has value. But unfortunately, you can't outdo the laws of physics, right? If you say you don't believe in gravity and you jump off a building, gravity is going to just prove you wrong every single time, right? Yeah. And so that's true. But what does have value is things that everybody needs, commodities, right? Commodities have intrinsic value, and they're not attached to any one currency. So that's one of the reasons I created the HCI, the Hartman Comparison Index, is because people inherently know that lumber, concrete, steel, copper wire, coffee, food products, wheat, oil, these things have intrinsic value. It doesn't matter what currency you try and denominate it in, or how much you say it cost in dollars or yen or rubles or euros or pesos. The value is the value. It's intrinsic, right? Everybody needs these things and they have certain value, right? So the dollar has been massively debased, and that's why I created the Hartman Comparison Index, to help people understand that. And we're not going to have time to go into the index today, but for more information, just check it out at jasonhartman.com and you'll get on our email list and we'll send you info on that. And then, on my podcast, The Creating Wealth Show, or on YouTube, you can find this information too. And so this inflation-induced debt destruction strategy is the kind of the killer app, if you will. It's the hidden wealth creator in income property, but also it can be done in companies as well, in a business to a lesser extent most of the time, but the strategy still applies.